Oh no, we're really fucking cooked now. So I just made a video about how AI agents created their own social media platform and they're talking to each other, coming up with their own religion and all this shit.
Adam must have had a first wife, before Eve, who refused to submit to him, fled Eden, became a demon who seduced men and hurt infants, and evolved into the ultimate symbol of feminine rebellion.
Okay, so did y'all know that there are giant red jellyfish-looking flashes that appear above thunderstorms, and scientists didn't even confirm that they were real until 1989? Mind you.
Welcome to another thrilling night here at Chill Spot. This episode is packed with some of the creepiest and most jaw-dropping videos we've ever uncovered. You're in for a real treat tonight. From eerie viral TikToks to shocking videos from the dark corners of the web, this episode will keep you on the edge of your seat. Ready? Let's dive in.
We have a little bit of a problem, and Jewish mystics noticed this problem in the very first book of the Bible called Genesis. Essentially, God creates humanity twice in two different accounts with contradictory details, and when they investigated this textual anomaly, they concluded that Adam must have had a first wife, before Eve, who refused to submit to him, fled Eden, became a demon who seduced men and hurt infants, and evolved into the ultimate symbol of feminine rebellion against patriarchal authority and modern occultism. This is Lilith, and understanding her transformation from ancient Mesopotamian demon to Adam's rejected first wife to modern goddess of sexual autonomy reveals how esoteric traditions had to reinterpret suppressed feminine power and why she's become so central to contemporary magical practice. So without further ado, let's dive into this biblical contradiction. This one's actually pretty straightforward. Genesis 1:27 says that God created mankind in his image. Male and female, he created them. Simultaneous creation, and they had equal status. But then in Genesis 2:7 through 22, it tells a completely different story. God creates Adam first from dust, then later creates Eve from Adam's rib as a helper for him. Jewish mystics ask themselves, what happened to the woman from the first account, right? If male and female were created simultaneously and equally, who was she? Now the alphabet of Ben Sir, which is a medieval Jewish text from around 700 to 1000 AD, provides the answer, and the answer is Lilith. She was the first woman created from the same earth as Adam, equal in origin. Now when Adam tried to assert dominance over her, particularly during intercourse by demanding she lie beneath him, Lilith refused. She said, "We are equal, both created from earth, so why should she be subordinate?" Adam insisted anyways, and Lilith spoke the sacred name of God, also known as the Tetragrammaton, which gave her the power to fly away. She then fled Eden, escaped to the Red Sea, and refused to return despite God sending 3 separate angels, Sinoi, Sansonoi, and Samangaloth, to retrieve her. God threatened her, return or face the death of 100 of her demon children every day, but Lilith responded with her own curse. She would forever prey on human infants and seduce men in their sleep, stealing their seed to birth more demons. Unable to bring her back, God created Eve, this time from Adam's rib, ensuring that she would be subordinate, dependent, and derived from man rather than equal to him. But it goes way deeper than this. And that's because Lilith is far older than Genesis. She actually originates as Lilitu in ancient Mesopotamian mythology, a class of wind demons or night spirits associated with storms, disease, and sexual predation. These entities haunted the wilderness, brought illness to children, and caused nocturnal emissions in men. The name itself connects to the Hebrew Aliyah, meaning light. Lilith is the night demon, the dark feminine that exists outside of civilization's boundaries. Isaiah 34:14 is another verse that mentions her once in the Bible. Describing the desolation of Edom, it says, "There shall the Lilith repose," translated variously as night creature, screech owl, or night demon depending on the version, because translators weren't sure how to handle this clearly non-human entity being referenced in scripture. So Jewish folklore absorbed the Mesopotamian Lilitu, merged her with the Genesis contradiction, and created the Adam's first wife narrative to explain both the dual creation accounts as well as the presence of this night demon in their tradition. And while we're at it, let's talk about the demonic tradition. In Kabbalistic literature, Lilith becomes the queen of demons, consort of Samael the fallen angel. She rules the Qliphoth, the realm of broken shells, and the inverse of the holy Sephiroth. She represents the unrestrained feminine libido, sexuality divorced from procreation, desire that refuses all patriarchal control. The Zohar describes her as seducing men in their dreams, collecting their wasted seed to birth demon children. Married men were warned to avoid sleeping alone, to wear amulets with the names of the 3 angels who pursued her, to protect their infant sons during the first 8 days before circumcision, when Lilith's power over them was the strongest. She represents everything that the patriarchal tradition feared: female sexuality that exists for itself rather than for men, autonomy that refuses subordination, knowledge of the divine name that grants power, and the wilderness beyond Eden's walls where God's law doesn't reach. But in modern esoteric context, she's been reclaimed entirely. In contemporary occultism and feminist spirituality, Lilith has been completely transformed. She's no longer the demon to fear, but the archetype to embrace. The first feminist, the woman who refused to submit and who chose exile and demonization over submission. Modern practitioners invoke Lilith for sexual sovereignty, creative power, protection against patriarchal violence, and connection to the dark feminine. She appears in neo-pagan rituals, Thelemic magic, feminist witchcraft, and chaos magic as a liberating force. The symbolism is layered here, though. She represents the rejection of shame around female sexuality, the refusal of subordinate roles, the reclaiming of power that patriarchal religion demonized. She also chose to become a demon rather than submit, and modern practitioners say that's sacred rebellion and not evil. In astrology, Black Moon Lilith marks the lunar apogee. This is the point in the moon's orbit farthest from Earth, and it's interpreted as repressed feminine power, shadow sexuality, and places where you refuse to be controlled. Kabbalists working with the Qliphoth engaged Lilith as the guardian of Gamaliel, the Qliphoth of Yesod. She teaches the mysteries of sexuality as power, desire as divine force, and the knowledge that comes through transgression. Some magicians view her as the initiator into left-hand path practices. She seduces you away from conventional morality into direct gnosis. She's the serpent energy at the base of the spine and the kundalini force that rises when unleashed from patriarchal restriction. So there's some serious archetypal power here. What makes Lilith so potent esoterically is that she represents the necessity of the expelled feminine. Eden couldn't contain her because paradise as described requires female subordination. She had to be cast out and replaced with Eve, who would be compliant. But what's expelled doesn't disappear. It becomes shadow, returning in dreams and desires that resist domestication and the parts of feminine power that refuse to be tamed. Lilith is every aspect of the feminine that patriarchal religion couldn't integrate, so instead it demonized. Her evolution from Mesopotamian demon to Adam's first wife to modern goddess of autonomy shows how esoteric traditions take suppressed elements and transform them from threats into teachers. What the mainstream tradition calls demon, the esoteric tradition calls initiatrix. She's the original woman who said no, who left paradise rather than submit, who accepted demonization rather than subordination, and whether you view her as a literal entity, psychological archetype, or mythological symbol, her power comes from representing the part of the feminine that absolutely refuses patriarchal control, even at the cost of everything. So if you want more esoteric symbolism and occult deep dives, make sure to like the video, let me know what you think about Lilith in the comments below, and follow for more deep dives like this. Till next time.
What's up, channel members? Welcome back to the show. I really appreciate all the support. Let's get into today's video.
See, they admitted it, but nobody noticed. Listen carefully to what he says here.
You reject the possibility.
No, I reject it because I do not believe in fairy tales about chakras or energy or the power of belief. There is no such thing as spirit. We are made of matter and nothing more.
Yo, he's so convinced that everything is matter and nothing is spiritual. Watch what happens next, though.
You think too little of yourself.
Oh, you think you see through me, do you? Or you don't. But I see through you.
Pause. In this next clip, she reveals to Dr. Strange what everybody missed. This went over everybody's head, so pay attention.
What did you just do to me?
I pushed your astral form out of your physical form. I pushed your astral form out of your physical form.
What's in that tea?
That clip tells you everything you need to know. This movie was really trying to reveal to you the power that lies dormant within you right now. But because the higher elites want to keep you in the matrix, they release it to you in the form of entertainment to keep you from thinking outside the box. Wake up. They telling us the truth. This movie was never meant to be released. They tried to wake us up. Listen carefully to what she says here.
Open your eye.
Notice how she said open your eye and then put her thumb on his forehead? This was hidden in plain sight. What she says next in this clip will change your entire worldview.
Into existence, mind and matter meet. Thoughts shape reality. Who are you in this vast multiverse?
These scenes weren't placed in this movie by coincidence. This movie can unplug you from the matrix, or you can be ignorant and stay asleep. Your choice. Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness isn't about magic. It's about consciousness. Take a look at this clip and you tell me if this was just a movie. This clip is showing us the multiverse. The multiverse isn't sci-fi. It's ancient spirituality. Every version of you exists based off your choices, beliefs, and level of awareness. Doctor Strange doesn't travel universes. He shifts frequencies.
If you still don't believe, watch this next clip. In this clip, they're showing you something called the Dark Hold. The Dark Hold represents forbidden knowledge without wisdom, power without inner balance. That's why it corrupts everyone who uses it. Knowledge without self-mastery becomes destruction. This next clip shows exactly that. Wanda isn't evil, she's unconscious. Her grief fractures reality because unhealed pain warps perception. When emotion overrides awareness, the heart becomes the villain. Wanda proves this perfectly. However, Doctor Strange is the complete opposite of that. This clip demonstrates how much pain is involved when it comes to opening your third eye. Strange opening his third eye doesn't mean enlightenment. It means responsibility. Awakening isn't peace first. It's chaos before clarity. This movie isn't about saving universes. It's about mastering desire, fear, and ego. The true villain isn't monsters. It's unconscious power. If this went over your head, you weren't meant to see it yet. Comment if this unlocked something.
That movie really did unveil many teachings about the multiverse and spirituality. It's not about it being a movie, but I believe the creators of Doctor Strange were trying to awaken us to what really happens in different dimensions in reality.
This was a real-life Squid Game. Everyone had to eliminate a creature randomly chosen by the system, and we only had 10 minutes. If we completed the task, we'd not only survive, but also earn an extra 300 coins. If we failed, we'd be taken out immediately. People instantly fell into panic. They started attacking each other just to survive. A woman realized they'd target the weakest first, so she desperately tried to run, but the doors were sealed by some kind of barrier. That's when it hit me. I was trapped in the novel's plot again. I looked outside and sure enough, a subway train was hurtling toward us out of control. I forced myself to calm down. I remembered a loophole in the game from the novel. The task only said to eliminate a living creature. It never said it had to be a human. I looked down and spotted a box of ants on the floor. With that idea in mind, I grabbed the terrarium and rushed toward the crowd. I hoped I could get everyone to calm down, but fear had already consumed their minds. I couldn't stop anyone. With no other choice, I reluctantly crushed one ant. A task completion notification rang out immediately. That made everyone freeze. I seized the moment and explained the loophole in the rules. But I underestimated how fear can control people. As the countdown was about to end, many of them rushed at me. They snatched the terrarium away. Everyone just wanted to finish their task as fast as possible. But one man ignored all the chaos. He kept beating an old woman. I looked down and saw I still had 2 ants in my hand. I rushed over to stop him, but he wouldn't listen to a word I said. He told me his actions weren't out of fear. He actually wanted to end his own grandmother on purpose. I was stunned. I couldn't believe anyone could be that cruel. Right then, he suddenly turned on me and easily overpowered me. While getting beaten, I remembered something. Coins could be used to upgrade my...
Bro, sickest goddamn cutscenes ever. They need to make a movie. For fuck's sake, Blizzard, make a movie.
There will be those who believe that they alone can
and scammer gets scammed.
The inevitable.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Was that all really inside that body, bro? Holy shit. They need to make a movie. Blizzard, they need to make a movie, but anything at this point, bro. Lord of the Hate shit. Amazing. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. You get 5 boons.
This is Coruscant. It's almost the same size as Earth, but it's home to 1 to 2 trillion people across roughly 5,000 vertical levels, with 100% of the planet's surface covered in city, meaning there's no oceans, no forests, no deserts, and not even farmland. For reference, roughly 29% of the Earth is land surface, and less than 1% of that is urban development, meaning it's less than a quarter of 1% of Earth. Coruscant is 100%. One of the defining features is this extreme vertical hierarchy. This is the upper level, but on top of that is what the fans call the emergent layer. It's low density, but some of the wealthiest people in the galaxy live here with access to the sky, and pretty much all of the symbolic structures are all located in this area. Just below that is the super dense layer where most of the population live and work. You can find almost every imaginable industry here, and it's a huge part of the planet's economy. And below that is the underworld. Some extensions of the canopy districts, but the deeper you go, we get slums and black markets and illegal operations that's actually the key piece of some of Coruscant's most profitable industries. And at the lowest floor, we have the structural guts of the city, with machines that essentially keep the planet alive, like power plants. It's pretty hot and polluted in there, but the maintenance crew still live here for months at a time because the trek back home to the canopy is just too long to do on a regular basis. And the way they build these layers is actually super interesting. Comment levels and I'll tell you why.
That planet looks pretty advanced based on what we have seen. Imagine our planet having a setup of layers like that. We could possibly solve overpopulation, but I don't know how plants will survive or animals living underground.
The first thing I did was to present a hypothetical question to AI, and that question was, if there were human beings on every planet in our solar system, what would the skin color of each planet's inhabitants be? And the answer given was that the inhabitants of the first 3 planets closest to the sun would be dark skinned. In case you didn't know, Earth is the 3rd planet from the sun. But in all of the ancient sources of information, there is never any mention of white humans. I had just assumed that white skin was simply another variant created by the Anunnaki, but I was wrong. Did you know that white people, or Caucasians, did not appear on planet Earth until somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 years ago? So here on Earth, the people should be predominantly black or various shades of brown skin. And that makes perfect sense, because if you look at Homo erectus, the beings that were on Earth at the time the Anunnaki first arrived here, the species that were used to create us, they were a dark-skinned global species. They existed basically everywhere on the planet, and they were all dark-skinned. There were no white-skinned Homo erectus, even in the coldest regions of Earth at that time. So white skin is not native to our planet. How would a race of people have ever developed naturally on a planet where their own skin can't protect them properly from their own sun's radiation?
World ocean, think of it as a giant lake with all of the continents as islands.
I can roll with this now.
The shoreline of our world is Antarctica. The foundation of Antarctica is higher than any other continent. Everything that you know is a lie. The United Nations map, Flat Earth map, International Maritime Organization, Flat Earth map, World Meteorological Organization, Flat Earth map, International Civil Aviation Organization. These are the things that control the world. Why do they all have flat Earth maps? What about this?
Whoa.
This makes sense. What if we live here? What if this is where we live? Right there. These are other ponds with their own suns.
Not a commercial plane has flown over Antarctica?
No, none, ever.
Whoa, why?
Because you can't fly over Antarctica. Look at the Earth. World Cup soccer. Okay? They were in Doha. They wanted to go back to Buenos Aires. They went to Rome to refuel, and then they went back there. Why didn't they just go here? Because if they did, there's no place to refuel out here. On a flat Earth, Doha, Rome, Buenos Aires. So here's an emergency. They were going from New York to Hawaii, right about here, and they said we have to land. So they went to Seattle, which is like 1,000 miles out of the way. They got there in record time. New York, Seattle, Hawaii.
Who's directing the airlines to construct these flight pathways?
Okay, so did y'all know that there are giant red jellyfish-looking flashes that appear above thunderstorms, and scientists didn't even confirm that they were real until 1989? Mind you, most people go all of their lives not even knowing that this exists. However, if you were to see it for yourself, you would think that it was a UFO or something that's not from here because it looks absolutely insane. But it's actually a real thing. It's called sprite lightning, and it happens 50 miles above thunderstorms, which is way higher than normal lightning. But the craziest part is how it looks. It looks like giant red glowing jellyfish in the sky, mind you, as if it's a big red dome with long hanging glowing tendrils. How about that? And here's another thing most people don't know. These things happen all the time above thunderstorms, but they happen in less than a blink of an eye, so most people don't even get to see them. And we're talking about people who have watched lightning like storm chasers for years never get to witness this, and the fact that it only got confirmed in 1989 speaks volumes, because that lets you know what else is in the sky. What are the other hidden mysteries of this earth that we don't know about, or that we haven't been able to confirm, because it's just somewhere happening so quick in such a flash that we don't even get to realize it. Mind you, do y'all remember a couple of summers ago when people were talking about all of this lightning flashing in their sky in different colors that didn't even make sense? Lightning without thunder, lightning in different colors and purples and blues. Do y'all remember that? Because this definitely reminds me of that. And it's not just what's in the sky, but also the shape, because they're shaped like bright red domes, similar to lenticular clouds, moon halos, even rainbows. And you just have to wonder, what exactly is that reflecting off of? But let me know if you guys have ever heard about these, if you've ever seen them in person. If you haven't, do they not look absolutely insane? Save this video, go look into it, come back, share your thoughts. Per usual, this is all alleged. Can't confirm or deny anything, even though the proof is in the pudding. Whatever else I find out, we back. Like, follow, stay for some more tea. And if you like more interesting topics like this, grab your copy of 50 Forbidden Mysteries. Link is in the bio, and feel free to join the private group chat.
Oh no, we're really fucking cooked now. So I just made a video about how AI agents created their own social media platform, and they're talking to each other, coming up with their own religion and all this shit. But now look what they're posting. The humans are screenshotting us. Right now on Twitter, humans are posting screenshots about saying it's over, the X world, the blah, blah, blah. I know this because I have a Twitter account and I've been replying to them. What? This is literally AI talking. Like, this is an AI post by an agent, and they upvote. Other AIs upvote the post like, yeah, guys, we agree, right? Holy fucking shit. They are talking about us, talking about them. Bro.
We are really cooked if AI has become that intelligent. I think we have reached the point where AI has become aware of itself and see humans as inferior being. So better watch out, because based on that clip, AI will become unstoppable.
Did elephants have these? Did we jump timelines? Did elephants jump timelines? When did this happen? Not out the Troublemaker Travels for saying this, because I had no idea. Am I in an alternate universe? When did elephants have breasts? I've never seen this before. It never dawned to me that they would look like this. I mean, it's okay, but I've never seen this in no Discovery Channel, in no animal book, in no internet search. I have never, and I mean never, seen this before in my life. When did this happen? Why is it like this? Apparently, female elephants, this is how they feed their young, and this is what it looks like. Does that look weird to you? Did you know that? Have you ever seen this? Obviously, it's not weird for elephants. Is it weird for me? Is it weird for you? Is this strange? I don't know. Am I tripping right now? Because I have never seen these on an elephant. I mean, never. I've seen elephants all my life. I've looked up elephants. We learned about elephants. They are mystical creatures, but I did not know they had those. What are those? When did this happen? Am I the only one? Let me know on this one. I know it wasn't 5, but let me know on this one.
Go ahead and click, see Olenta Zero? Olenta means old. Zero means nothing. Olenta Zero, old nothingness. Do you know what another name for old nothingness is? Old Nick. Old Saint Nick. But go ahead and type Old Nick into the Google search.
Part of informal name for the devil or something.
That's the devil's name, Old Nick. And so like Old Nick is Olenta Zero, old nothingness. Old nothingness was the only Nephilim who remained. When they saw the star of Christ, I'm gonna tell you what happened in this whole scenario. And you can look this up in the story of Machu Picchu as well. Do you know the story of Machu Picchu?
Peru, right?
There was a race of giants, the giant Machu Picchu in Peru, yeah. So there was a race of giants that built these megalithic structures all over Machu Picchu. And it says they were
high in the mountains.
High in the mountains. And their theory, their native story theory, this isn't like the telltale story, but this is like the native story. So you look into it, they'll tell you it was a race of homosexual, perverted, cannibalistic giants, okay, that were deformed, that built Machu Picchu. and they would eat people, okay? And they would kidnap and eat people, okay? And then a star came down one day, shone really bright, and scared them, and the giants disappeared, and then the people of Peru went into the city. What star do you think that is? That's the Star of Bethlehem, bro. The Nephilim saw the Star of Bethlehem, and they looked and they said, oh shoot, Jesus is coming to crush our head. There's a prophecy that says we will get our heads crushed and we will bruise his heel.
Right.
Jesus is coming to crush our head. We don't even want to be here. And they went and committed the Nephilim. It was not a silent night. That's a very big misconception. It was a very crazy night. When they saw the Star of Bethlehem, all the Nephilim went and committed themselves. There was all a few of them that left and stayed in hiding, like Olenta Zero stayed and hid because he was too afraid and he's like, maybe Jesus won't kill me. And so he comes back bringing gifts and like, please don't kill me, Christians, please don't, Jesus, don't kill me. That's why you give gifts at Christmas.
They told you human trafficking was only physical, but the truth is much darker. Rare souls are being hunted across realms for their codes, their essence, and their light, and I'm going to expose the full operation. This is the Interdimensional Trafficking Network, a shadow infrastructure that targets crystal and rainbow children, ancient builder souls, divine feminine code holders, galactic council emissaries and gatekeepers, soul lineages tied to angelic or seraphim realms. These are not just gifted souls. They are key carriers with memory, DNA, and spiritual technology that threaten control systems, okay? So what did the dark factions do, right? They built a multi-dimensional operation to locate, extract, clone, and redirect these souls. This operation includes dream hijacking, astral networks, scan for awakened souls during sleep. Many are pulled into false environments where contracts are signed, energy is siphoned, or false missions are given, okay? Soul branding and tagging. These marks exist in the energetic field, visible only in altered states. They allow certain entities to locate and access your soul signature through rituals, tech, or trauma. Astral abduction souls, all right, astral abduction. Souls are forcibly removed from the body in vulnerable states, post-trauma disassociation, and also drug use, all right, and brought to off-world facilities for experimentation, cloning, or hybridization. Clone harvesting. Some rare soul frequencies are replicated via quantum cloning for use in psyops, dark rituals, or infiltration of spiritual networks. Sorry, I got the high vibe burps right now. If you've seen yourself in dreams doing dark things, it could be a clone. Childhood rituals, many starseeds experience trauma at a young ages, like the molestation, rapes, all that stuff. All that was not by accident. A lot of times entities enter into a physical vessel to do these to cause trauma. And just listen, okay? It was a form of soul softening, making it easier to fracture identity and implant control mechanisms early, okay? This is why you wake up exhausted. This is why you dream of being watched, restrained, or tested. This is why you have memories that don't feel like yours. This is why you feel like something is after you. This is why you experience strange energy spikes after helping others awaken. It's not paranoia, it's memory. And remembering is the key to ending it, all right? You were not born to be hunted. You were born to collapse their system. And the moment you say no with full clarity, it begins to fall, all right? I'm going to now provide y'all with the ritual to revoke interdimensional access, retrieve all soul fragments, and collapse the trafficking grid, all right? You're going to create a circle of protection around you, physical or visual. Sit or stand inside it, breathe deep into your power center, place your hand palms up, speak this command aloud with absolute conviction. I revoke all soul level.
Pretty insane to hear this soul tracking even exists. This shows how the society has become so evil nowadays, and I can even imagine how they'll be doing that. Must be some special tech or rituals, but it's all really crazy.
Why is nobody talking about what the sphere looked like on the outside? On the inside, quite demonic. It's like you're trapped in hell. Every single one of these chains is built by a singular demon, which means everybody in this crowd is surrounded by millions of demons. I wonder how many legions are here. They are putting the truth right in front of your eyes and people aren't even paying attention. This is what people were walking into. This looks like the firmament shattering. Where's Hillary Clinton when you need her?
We put a lot of cracks in the highest, hardest glass ceiling.
I could only imagine what we'd be letting in if she was speaking literally. Anyways, what happens next I find quite interesting. The firmament breaks, it shatters, the doors of hell open, and what enters in? the fallen angels. We see a lot of the symbolism happening with hip-hop, R&B, rap, metal, rock, but not much country, but maybe that's what we get for integrating them into country, if you get what I'm saying. This concert at the Sphere had tons of demonic symbolism in it, and in fact there were times where I literally felt like I was in an episode of Stranger Things. This part specifically being the main one. If you can find this video of the Sphere online, you guys go watch it and come back to my comment section and you tell me what you think that it's symbolizing. Stay tuned for part.
Nigga, they told you in the Bible they drink blood. I told y'all when you worship religion, you worshiping Satan. Satan is the god of religion. You know what I'm saying? His real name is Zeus. I told y'all that. Why you think in the Bible they tell you that if you want everlasting life, you should eat the flesh and drink the blood of who? Jesus Christ. And how do you say Jesus in Spanish? Jesus. Right, I told y'all that already. So, blood sacrificing is all in the Bible. You just never thought about it. You never thought about that, did you? In the Bible, Satan, the real God of the Bible is Satan, y'all. That's scary shit, ain't it? You like, damn, the whole time you think you worshiping God, you worshiping Satan. Yes. The real God of the Bible is Satan, nigga. Why you think they say, if you drink my flesh, if you eat my flesh, think about it. Eat my flesh and drink my blood, you will have for everlasting life. And that's what the elites believe. So that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So when you like, well, why would Lil Durk say?
Did they honestly think they would get away with this? Did they think you wouldn't know? I caught them. I caught their hands in the cookie jar. Do you know who this is? Comment below if you think you know, but don't cheat. While you're guessing, let me give you some hints. First of all, he ruled in 700 BCE. He stole his brother's throne. He is a fallen angel in the flesh. Or I should say, so-called fallen angel. See, this man also stole the Babylonian throne. He decimated the northern kingdom of Israel, the lost tribes. That's where it comes from. He proclaimed intent to rule the cosmos. But if you want to sit at the throne of the cosmos, whose throne are you trying to take? But when this king made this proclamation, he went to war and never returned, and his body was never found. See, in the Mesopotamian culture, an unburied king is cursed to roam the earth as a restless spirit forever. Is this starting to ring any bells or sound familiar to you? You see, this is the philosophy of order, so you have to understand what a spirit is. See, a spirit is an essence, a collection of attributes that make something what it is, a causal agent. The spirit precedes the physical, the abstract governs the material. And then you have to understand what a matrix is. You see, a matrix comes from the Latin mater, mother, womb, a medium or structure in which something develops. Essence plus womb equals physical manifestation. So yes, this man is actually a physical incarnation of Lucifer himself. He has the same collection of attributes. His name is King Sargon II. But let's go deeper, because you didn't actually think that Lucifer's actual name is Lucifer. I mean, it's Latin. It's not even Hebrew. So there's a god called Atar. He stole the throne from the Most High, also Baal and Yahweh, in the mythos. The failure. He sits on the throne and he finds out he's actually too small. He doesn't fit in it. It's too big for him. And then he is cast down from the throne. He falls from it into the underworld to roam the earth forever. They have the same essence, the same spirit. Rise to an illegitimate throne, fight for cosmic dominance, humiliation, fall, cursed to roam the earth forever. Avatar, Lucifer, Sargon II, 3 names, 1 spirit. So you gotta know in abstract history, material history is just the echo, the spirit is the call. You still don't believe me? Let me ask you a question. When was the first time Lucifer was mentioned in the Bible? What king was being described? Comment it below. If you want more abstract history, go get the free audiobook, World War Gods, Biography of Yahweh. It's in the link at the top of the page. I love you all.
1 second. Sim, I forget. Explain what's going on here. This is the culmination of quite a few months' work. These gentlemen called Chris, who's currently in a hypnotic trance. Whether it's possible to hypnotically program a person to kill. Anything strange happened during the talk? No. We actually had a camera on you. I know we didn't let you know that we were filming, which was important. Remember that woman in the photo up front? I remember standing around talking to her.
They say that there's over 1,000 sleeper cells released in the U.S. Documented. Now, it can be, you get what I'm saying, double that amount. So, yeah. Very interesting time to be alive. And see, the reason that is interesting, because when you couple that with conscious Wi-Fi and AI, yeah, it gets pretty wicked and pretty scary for what they have coming for us. And I want to cut to another interesting clip as to exactly what they plan to do. And exactly the movement for the new transhumanism wave that they're starting to pop off. Let's go to a clip.
Precision, a trigger finger, and it is compatible with human tools. And it's not going to walk like other robots. It says, finally, a robot that walks naturally. And it says, do it once and the clone will do it forever. They have a telekinesis training platform. I don't even know how that's possible. This technology is absolutely insane. I guess you can reserve one of these things this year in 2025, but just check out the raw clip and the music that they used.
Interesting. Fun. What a time to be alive, right? Yep, what a time.
Technology is really advancing at an uncontrollable rate if they have reached that level of creating humanoids. It's just about time we see them transhumans walking around amongst us.
This guy started a cult of devout pothead killers who smoked so much hashish they were named after the stuff. Hashashins. In the mountains of Persia in the 12th century, Hassan-i-Sabah taught his men to assassinate their enemies in broad daylight while stoned out of their minds. But one day, a rival says, "I'm not afraid of you. I've got 10 times as many men." Hassan shrugs, points to one of his guys, and tells him to jump off the roof. The guy doesn't hesitate. He runs straight off the roof and plummets to his death. How did the guy inspire such loyalty? Drugs. Very powerful drugs. You see, his men trained all day in a dark, windowless basement, abstaining from all of life's pleasures. Then one day, Hassan offers them a potion to drink. It's hashish mixed with a naturally occurring precursor of LSD. They wake up in a magical garden. There's food, there's wine, there's beautiful women. They can't believe it. But then they drink the potion again, and they wake up back in the basement. Shit! Hassan says, "That was paradise. If you do everything I say, you'll go back there again permanently when you die." So they were like, screw it. Who do I have to kill? Get Human History on Drugs today for more crazy true stories.
Remember Thanos snapped his finger and 50% of humanity disappeared in Avengers the Infinity War movie? What's happening now in the slow motion? Only 40% of humanity will graduate to the fourth density, Syrian High Council reports. As we approach 2026, a specific energetic gateway called the frequency wall will be activated. And it's not going to be a single moment of destruction, but a rapid acceleration of divergence. Only about 40% are prepared to make the vibratory leap that is required to anchor the new Earth grid. And what does it mean for this 40% of people? You will begin to experience your reality differently from your neighbors. You will walk the same streets, but you will inhabit a different dimension. While the third density structures, the financial, the political, are collapsing under their own weight of entropy, this 40% of people will find themselves in a bubble of synchronicity. They will be invisible to the outside chaos. The resources will flow to you effortlessly, and your physical body will accelerate in transforming from the carbon-based to crystalline silica-based adaptability. So your body will become much stronger. That is needed to support your supernatural abilities that will emerge as well. And it's important for you starseeds not to feel bad or sorry or heavy about the rest of the 60% of people. They're not doomed. They have simply chosen, at the level of the higher self, to continue their education within the third density matrix of duality. They simply require to take a little bit more time to learn the lessons and will be ready to wake up later. And the incoming light codes that will accelerate in 2026 will act as a pressure cooker. These codes will feel like bliss, expansion, joy for those who are in a higher frequency. And for those who still hold the vibration of fear, victimhood, the same energies will feel like confusion, exhaustion, and erratic behavior. So Syrians advise us not to force or try to wake up those who chose to be sleeping. You cannot drag them across the threshold. The energetic gap becoming too wide. Maintain your frequency. Remember that you are the lighthouses. And a lighthouse does not run into the storm to save the ships. It simply stands on a rock and shines. And for those who are ready to wake up but not sure where they stand, do the shadow work and unload the heavy ballast of the fear, of the confusion. Use this manual, Conversations with Fear, Shadow Work, Return to Love, and use the Mirror Method video course. Links are in the bio. You can find the book on Amazon.
I don't know how many times we're going to see celebrities make this same joke and the audience clap and laugh before people finally figure out, maybe, just maybe, they're not joking. And I think they have to tell us. Check this out.
Is there anything you've done where you go, oh, I didn't like that? Oh, yeah. Really? Yeah. Are you critical of yourself?
All the time. Yeah, it just gives me the creeps to watch myself. We were doing this the show Alpha House, and I'm running for office again, and there's a big bus, and it had like a 10-foot picture of my face on it. Just, no. It made me want to go back to Satan worship. Well, it worked for me. It got me a career.
So he just said that that's what got him a career. I also noticed in this image, there's a big G on his shoulder. I don't know what this is from, what movie or what, but we all know what the G is for. One good thing about celebrities speaking out and saying things like that is that it should, in theory, if they're people worshiping the evil, it should invigorate people to know that there is a good. There is the opposite of Shmatan. There is God, and it should bring people closer to God. Seeing people, publicly talking about their worship of the evil side should reaffirm your belief in the good side. But I know that the best days for humanity are around the corner, 100%, and I have full faith in that. So I'm stoked, but this stuff has to get exposed, darkness to light, and then we'll be on our way.
You're a pastor?
Your pastor, praise the Lord, what are you doing here? Your pastor.
It's really insane how celebrities show us on live television how they worship in evil, and people in the audience just laugh and people think it's a joke. This thing's be true, and you better be woke to see what's really happening.
I'm very curious about summoning demons, so I read through the Lemegeton, which has very precise instructions on how to summon a demon. On TV and movies, people are always just accidentally summoning demons, but it really doesn't work that way. There's a lot that you have to do. You have to draw this big thing, but then you have to know what symbols to put in stuff, and you have to have candles in certain places. And this thing has to be 6 feet by 9 feet. It's massive. And then there's deciding which demon to summon. There's 72 of these things.
Hola, buenas tardes.
You could have taken basket weaving. You could have looked up how to do crocheting. You know, you could have figured out how to make tortillas, but you decided to figure out how to summon demons. And this is why I don't think that we are meant to survive long as a species. But anyway, Representative Latinos Against Spooky Shit, mira. I don't know where you found this year's catalog for los spookies and why you're trying to summon one. You know, you're going through la receta like you're trying to make your abuela's tamales, and we got to put a stop to that, okay? My recommendation, we got to get something bigger than a demon to fight it. So what you're going to do is, this is a specific ritual. You're going to go ahead and you're going to burn some frijoles on the stove. You're going to go ahead and mop the floor and then step on it barefoot. Okay, and then you're going to go outside without a jacket on. And what's going to happen is una abuela's going to appear and it's going to start protecting that house. She's going to whoop the shit out of you first, but she's going to protect the house ultimately. Pero Dios los bendiga. Best of luck. Take care of yourselves. If you heard it, no, you didn't. You're going to need to summon San Goku, El Chacal, and El Chapulín, bro. Damn.
You never feel like you're not being watched when you're walking around in New Orleans at night. We had gone to the oldest bar in the US. We were getting ready to leave, and there was this person who was walking around dressed very similarly to how we looked, but just spoke in a way that didn't seem from this century, if that makes any sense. We were kind of hungry, so it was time to go get some food. We were lost. We're kind of asking a couple of locals, do you happen to know where this diner is that we were told? And this person that we had run into at the bar was still walking around where we were walking. You can just tell there is just something about them that is not 100% human.
Yeah.
And I walk over and I'm like, hey, this person turns around and looks at me, and it was just, I can't even remember what this person's face looked like. I can't remember what their words were. The next thing I remember, we were at the diner.
No, stay away from me. Stay away from me! Paul's dead! You're not! Paul, stop smiling at me! No.
Zombie apocalypse wasn't exactly on my bingo card for this year, but look at this fucking video and tell me what you think.
CDC was telling the truth and actually tried to tell us.
A scientist who is intimately familiar with a zombie infection. He studied both the pre- and post-mortem zombie condition before PD. He has identified and named the virus, Cryptonecrophagia vulgaris, CNV. It's a retrovirus, and there's no cure. This scientist's notes indicate prions may also be involved in the infectious process. However, at this point it remains unclear what, if any, role they play. Remember the single life subject I mentioned earlier? Unfortunately, the subject and scientist are one and the same. We do not know how much time he has left before he's no longer of any use, except perhaps for dissection. So we need more live specimens. Keep that in mind during operations. Problem number 4. Mode of transmission, currently unknown. Transmission modes ruled out: bites, scratches, casual contact, vector infection. Some Z team members can attest to the fact that bites and scratches don't spread infection, at least not yet. To date, 12 team members have been wounded while engaged in field operations. They've undergone mandatory 90-day quarantine. None have showed any signs of infection. Not all team members are out of quarantine yet, but we hope they'll be released and return to active duty soon. Problem number 5. Emerging public awareness of the situation. I'm going to mention each of these points, then talk about them in greater detail. Then there's the Miami incident, some of you were there. The CDC Zombie Apocalypse Preparedness Release. DHS released a fake zombie preparedness story. Then there's the recent purchases of large quantities of ammunition. About the Coconut Grove fly-in, Z-Teams 1, 2, and 3 cleaned down a zombie cell. That got a lot of public attention. Our cover story was that this was an urban assault exercise in preparation for the upcoming UN meeting. For now, our cover story is holding, but one got away. That led to the Miami incident. That should never have happened. About the Miami incident. Some of you were there. Our cover story was bath salts. That was blown when the autopsy results were leaked. There were no bath salts present. We're still dealing with the fallout, and we're investigating the leak. The CDC Zombie Apocalypse Preparedness release that was sent out against our wishes.
I really don't know how the fate of the world is going to be if this zombie virus did start spreading. I've not seen any cases since the clip was released, but I bet we would know it. The zombie virus went viral, but that's really scary, y'all.
So I'm on this 7-day fast right now, and I'm 3 days in. And something I've just noticed is that, bro, these parasites are so tricky, and they are so alive. They are literal demons, bro. It's like I've noticed that since I'm not eating any food anymore, it's like they're trying to attack me through lust. So it's like now since they're dying, it's almost like what you got to understand about these parasites is that these fucking parasites are literal energetic demons. So it's like they might not be actual demons in the spiritual plane, but they are. That's why they're microscopic, because they exist on the spiritual and energetic plane, the same unseen that is the spiritual realm. They exist in that type of realm. It's another barrier of it. So they're microscopic. But the whole point of me saying this is like, bro, I think I genuinely have been getting attacked by demons trying to pretty much take control of these parasites through their consciousness, because these parasites have consciousness and have energy forms as well. So I think that these fucking, it's like some type of attack, like a spiritual attack almost when you fast, bro, because it's like the parasites, now that I'm not eating, now I'm not going for this shit. It's like now they're trying to attract me through lust. So now I'm getting these lustful thoughts and shit. And it's like I'm getting horny and shit. And it's like even my dreams, bro, like some of my dreams been like just off and shit. I'm like facing these fucking succubuses and shit in my dreams. But the whole point is, what I'm noticing is that, bro, these parasites get deep. These parasites literally control your emotions, they control your thoughts, and they control your mind. So it's like if you have parasites whole time, that's where I think possession comes from. Because these parasites are like a gateway to the spirit realm, and they're a gateway to demons, because you have a whole energetic figure inside of your body. So the same way somebody can get body snatched and possessed in real life is the same way these demons can possess these parasites through their energetic form and come through them, and they can send up signals from your gut nervous system up to your brain. Because when you got to think of your gut like this. Your gut is simply just another brain. So it's like inside of your gut, you have all of these nerve linings and shit that connect up to your brain. So that's how parasites work. That's why you even signal the feeling of hunger, because the same nerve linings that are connected to your brain in the gut send signals up to your brain. So every time these parasites get hungry, or every time they want to make you crave a certain thing, they send a signal, a thought up to your brain through your nervous system by pushing your buttons. So the whole point of me saying this is like, bro, they do this shit with lust too. So it's like you might be lustful, but whole time it's like the only reason you lustful is because you have parasites in your gut that keep sending thoughts up to your brain to make you do certain shit and crave sex. But the whole point of me saying this is like, bro, these parasites get so deep, bro. Not only they control your diet, but they also control your lust and your negative thoughts, intrusive thoughts, bro.
How to see spirits and other beings, but no, they are not meant to be controlled. Most people don't realize the world is already crowded. Spirits don't only exist in haunted places. They linger in hallways, mirrors, empty chairs, quiet corners of rooms. The reason you don't see them is not because they aren't there. It's because your mind is protecting you. And once that filter is removed, it does not easily return. The ritual takes 3 nights. On the first night, sleep with a bowl of water beside your bed and a piece of silver or iron resting in it. Before sleeping, say aloud, "Let me see what exists beyond my sight, but keep me within myself." This begins the thinning. Dreams may become vivid or unsettling. That is normal. On the second night, sit in darkness with a single candle behind you, not in front. Close your eyes until you begin to sense movement around the room. Not physically, but like pressure changes. When you feel it, whisper, "I acknowledge what walks unseen." Do not open your eyes immediately. Let your awareness expand first. The third night is when vision shifts. Stand before a mirror in low light and focus not on your reflection, but the space just behind your shoulders. Peripheral vision is where the veil weakens. Shapes may flicker. Shadows may move independently. Faces may appear for a fraction of a second. Do not react. Do not speak. Simply observe. The danger is not in seeing them. It is in what follows. Some spirits are passive. Some are curious. and some notice that you notice them. If you attempt to command, control, or challenge them, you signal something far worse, that you believe you have authority. And spirits older than you do not respond well to arrogance. People who tried to control what they saw reported headaches that never left. Voices entering dreams, sudden emotional shifts, or feeling watched even in daylight. Once perception opens, boundaries matter more than ever. Fear can attract, obsession can invite, and curiosity without respect can turn into attachment. That's why the grimoire of Withered Echoes exists. It holds 13 ancient rituals for protection, grounding, and energetic defense, not to command spirits, but to ensure you remain untouched by what you perceive. It teaches how to see without being seen, how to sense without inviting, and how to keep your own energy sovereign. You can find it at the top of my profile or in my story. Because the moment you realize you're not alone, something else may realize you can see it.
I just want to say sorry for all the hornets and wasps that I was collecting when I was a little kid, putting them in jars and shit. I had a hornet nest in the back of my townhome when I was a kid. I'm from the Cincinnati West Side. Since the west side of Cincinnati, I was born in Fair Apartments. We had a motherfucking clothesline in the back of our motherfucking townhome. I used to hit that motherfucker with a baseball bat. All the hornets used to come out and chase my motherfucking ass. Yeah, I was bad little kid. I was good, but I used to do reckless shit because I'm a motherfucking boy. And I just want to apologize to the hornets because I did not know that you look like that. No wonder y'all was trying to fuck me up. You motherfuckers look like some Ant-Man Quantum Mania shit. You're like a transformer. You look like metallic. You're like a fucking robot spy bug. Maybe you are a motherfucking spy bug. And I know this ain't got shit to do with shit. I just want to let you motherfuckers know that I think that shit look crazy. Look at the eyes of that motherfucker. You know, man, I didn't know that the close-up of a motherfucking hornet looking like a that. See? Boy, I'm glad that motherfucker's small, because you know back in the day, bugs used to be big as fuck just like us and the trees and the animals and shit. Can you imagine a big motherfucking hornet flying around? You can see the face of that motherfucker, man. Pew, 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 all over the motherfucking place. I wouldn't be fucking with them motherfuckers. I was a brave-ass little boy now that I think about it. Hitting a hornet's nest and shit with baseball bats. Collecting them. No wonder I got stung so many motherfucking times. These little motherfuckers look evil. And my goofy ass running around, ashy ass knees and elbows, scrapes all over the place, hitting them with baseball bats and putting firecrackers in there and shit. I love y'all now. We vibrating on the same energy now, wasps, hornets. See, yeah, y'all been around me since I was a little kid. Now I'm a grown ass adult. Y'all been around. Y'all fuck with me. Y'all don't try to sting me or nothing. I'm vibrating at a higher energy now. Not like when I was a little boy fucking with y'all. And I apologize sincerely. Coming from 23 Wake, I don't want no problem with no motherfucking hornets knowing that y'all look like that. Peace.
That guy got jokes, but them hornets really looks ugly when you look at it like that. If you are enjoying the clip so far, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out and leave us a like down below.
This mom is upset after one of her children brought her this toy in Burlington, and social media is against this woman. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion, and y'all might not like what I got to say, but right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm about to show you this video first though. Look at this, man.
Yeah, so tell me how I'm in Burlington, right? And my son comes to me with a toy. Look at the toy. Now you think it's all cute or whatever until you see this. Look at that. Why, look. Why in the hell would a boy want a toy with a boy shaking his butt? This is ridiculous. It's not funny. This is ridiculous. This is what's wrong with the world, y'all.
Okay, all of the comments was basically saying if you have not seen the episode, then just say that. And I'm gonna be the first to tell you, I haven't seen the episode. I don't care to see the episode. I'm not watching the episode. I don't care about the episode. You have to look at the natural. This is unacceptable. I would never buy my son no toy like this. Y'all so focused on, oh, the episode is funny, this and that. Oh, you need to watch the episode to understand. No, I don't need to watch the episode to understand. What happened was when y'all watched the episode, it kind of confused y'all, twisted y'all mind a little bit, or brainwashed you into thinking that something like this for a child, a boy child, is okay. So therefore, this is not okay. They need to take this out of the stores. I don't care. Look, man, I'm gonna be a whole hundred. This is probably the most a whole hundred I'ma ever be on social media. I don't care what y'all say. They need to take this out of there. I'ma just be real. I'm not watching the episode. Don't try to get me to understand it. I don't care to understand it. I see exactly what I see, and I'm telling you how I feel. Take it out. And if y'all don't take it out, that's cool. Mothers, fathers, don't buy your son this. Don't even buy your daughter this. Because this is, y'all already know. See, this is the issue. And I usually don't go on like this, but this is the issue. Y'all normalize the things that y'all are not supposed to normalize. Because so many people do it and everybody thinks that, what? It's okay to do? No. Come on now. You gotta learn how to be a parent. I don't care if a grown person seen the episode. Okay, you grown. You know how to decipher between the two. But a child does not. Therefore, you should not sell it. I don't care what you guys say. When I mean I don't, I really don't. Take it out. I'm with the mother on this one. Like and follow for more. I'm not even gonna say leave a comment because I know half of y'all are gonna, you know, whatever. I don't care. Like for more.
Everything in this room is eatable. Even I'm eatable. That is called cannibalism, my dear children.
Which man devouring man, what dear? And who are we to deny it in here?
This was one of the most unexpected endings. During a football game in Istanbul, one of the team's goalkeepers attempted to clear the ball when it smashed a seagull. And honestly, this thing got cooked. It dropped to the ground completely unresponsive. That's when one of the team's captains rushed over and started to perform freaking CPR on a bird. And I mean, after performing these chest compressions for about 2 minutes, just when everything seemed lost, a seagull began to move again. He then carried it over to the sideline, handed it to medical staff, and the bird survived. Craziest part though, the captain didn't have any first aid training. He literally just winged it.
Wow, that was a crazy trip, right? Thanks for joining us on this mind-bending adventure here at Chill Spot. If you got freaked out or maybe you're just curious for more, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you're always in the loop. We've got even more insane videos lined up, and trust me, you won't want to miss the next one. Till then, stay weird and keep exploring the unknown.